Imagine you walk into a store, checking out your favorite snacks, and bam, there's something totally new, mysterious, but gorgeous. But this doesn't happen often because food companies aren't big on collabs. But that's where I come in, to show you what exclusive food products would look like if totally unrelated companies teamed up. First up, I'm mixing Spongebob with a can of Monster Energy. So let's start by Googling a 0.5L can template, download it, and drop it into Photoshop. The first thing we gotta do is separate the top and bottom lids of the can because no design elements should go there. I'm painting the can yellow, but to be honest, I'll repaint it later. Set the blending mode to multiply to keep it realistic. After fiddling around in Adobe Illustrator, I came up with this Monster Energy logo. I'm not sure if this is the final look, and there's still a lot of tweaking ahead, so right now I'm busy removing the background and giving the logo a SpongeBob texture. Yep, you can see I slapped his face on the top of the can, but I'll get rid of it soon. I found a fitting background online and I'm placing it on the lower part of the can. Then I gently erase half of it with a soft eraser to create a blending effect. Honestly, I didn't plan this collab idea well, so I'm just winging it to make it look cool and realistic. Now that I've downloaded a SpongeBob scene, I want to place it right here, just like this. For now, I'll leave it as is, but we need to change the can's color because blending the background with the main element is a no-go in design, you know? After that, the bottom of the can looks better and more natural. Now, let's add clouds, or flowers, or seaweed, whatever. Let's just cut it out from the background and move on to the text. We gotta replace the bottom white text with SpongeBob Edition to make it more collab-y. I'm no artist, but I couldn't leave the background plain, so it is what it is. Now let's grab the flowers, switch up the colors to avoid a generic look, and scatter them around the edges of the can to fill in the gaps. Almost forgot to add the flavor text, super important for an energy drink, and put it on a standard splat from the cartoon as the background. Now, this should look more realistic, especially with the same text settings and colors. And there you have it, a Monster Energy can in a collab with SpongeBob. Alright, now it's time for something more interesting. So, we take a packaging template and slap the well-known M&M's logo on it. Next, I took the Starbucks logo and not knowing where to put it yet, I'll just stick it in the corner for now, but let's not forget about it. Obviously, we need to add some coffee beans, otherwise, what's the point of this collab? Yellow isn't suitable for this, it's an exclusive collab, so I think in the end I'll leave it green. You can duplicate the packaging template and set the blending mode to multiply to give it a textured and realistic look. Sometimes I get confused and end up doing totally random things with the layers in an attempt to fix the situation, but no big deal. We need to add a slogan or something that hints at the flavor. I wrote Coffee Rain, and then we need to style the text similarly to the main logo. The scariest thing for a designer is choosing the right font. Honestly, I couldn't find the perfect one, but I found an interesting and unusual option. It looks fresh and beautiful. Now it's time to work on the Starbucks logo. I want to place it in the background in the middle to fill up some empty space on the packaging. Remember, never set blending modes on logos or it'll turn into a mess. I think I'll leave the logo somewhere here so it doesn't take up much space but is still visible. Also, we can remove the background. It's not needed here. Now I decided to add a coffee cup to show the flavor of the candies, but it's tricky to place it on the packaging in a way that the focus isn't on the cup, but it still complements the composition. In the end, I decided to leave it here. Finally, the last part, small text tweaks and adding the limited edition note because, after all, this is an exclusive. I think I'll have to look for new fonts again because finding the right one from my collection rarely works. It's better to stick with the previous font since it matches the concept better. Now that the main work is done, we merge all the layers and create a new one to draw shadows around the edges of the packaging to give it volume. This should be done carefully to find the right balance and not overdo it, like this. Anyway, you can adjust the opacity to around 78% like so. And that's it. This is the result. Just save it and it's all ready. You can suggest your ideas for collabs in the comments for me to create. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like.